morning. It's the day after Memorial Day, and I dropped a little bit of hay yesterday. Not a lot, but we're going to drop some more today. Picked up a place to cut that's right up the road from the farm, like, I don't know, a half mile maybe? Maybe a quarter mile from my house. And started on it yesterday, and it is extremely thick. Like, I don't want to say too thick, because there's no such thing cutting hay. It's grass, and it's good grass, but it is extremely thick. So much so that I'm having issues with the hay wrapping the top roller on that hay bine, which isn't the end of the world, but it's kind of a pain. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what I can't get cut today. So here we are. Got started yesterday, but didn't get a ton done. It is still a little bit muddy out here, but we've got really good weather ahead for this hay, so hopefully it's not supposed to rain for the next several days, so this stuff's so thick it's gonna have to lay a while, but hopefully get it good and dry and get it put up before it rains. I mean, I don't know who it is. It's a brand new 8R and a 15-inch spacing. Never seen it around here before, but I'm going to finish my last, I don't know, 30 or 40 acres of soybeans for the year, other than double crops, I guess. Got 100 acres of them. But I'll trade them. I'll trade them straight up for my Magnum and Kinsey. I like that. So today is May 31st, and I think if all goes to plan, we'll be done planting the first round of soybeans, or at least full season soybeans, I should say. The only thing I'll have left is double crops, and they'll be probably 3 weeks to 4 weeks out still. I'm thinking that the very end of June, I'll be able to cut some wheat. So, looking forward to that, but gonna keep the planter hooked on. I've actually got another tractor coming to the farm, I think, that's gonna be running the grain cart, which it's not my tractor, but a buddy of mine. He's wanting to help with wheat harvest, and he's got another tractor. I'm gonna do some spraying and stuff for him, and then put a few hours on one of his tractors, mainly so I don't have to unhook this planter, because it's a lot of wiring harnesses and all that. And then I'll be able to plant right behind the combine too, which will be nice. So that's our plan, but we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to getting some wheat to cut and getting those double crops planted. Other than that, though, pretty well just should finish today, have everything planted by June, as long as we don't have any breakdowns. So headed out here on the state ground. I've got 3 little patches left to plant that it's just been way too muddy to do, and then I've got 1 little patch that I'm going to drop in and just touch up a little bit, but other than that, should be good to go. It's a little bit tacky, but nothing's sticking to the planter, so we're gonna send it. It's beans, so who cares? It's almost June, so I'm gonna have more yield loss from things getting late than I am being a little bit tacky. I'm not worried about emergence whatsoever. We really don't have any rain in the forecast coming up, so it's not like they're really gonna crust over or anything like that, so they should be fine. I planted stuff in a lot more questionable conditions earlier this year, and a lot colder and a lot wetter than this, and I've got really good looking stands there, so I'm not that concerned. They'll grow. Alright, well, we got that little patch back there done, this one done. We got 15 acres left now, and then I'm gonna go spot in, I don't know, maybe 5 just to run the planter out basically. I am doing double crops, so if it's not totally empty, that's fine, but I'm going to a completely different maturity to do the double crops, so kind of don't want to be planting this variety, but it's not the end of the world either. So got 25 acres planted and 15 to go, so I'm going to be right on the money with what I thought I had to plant, so that's good. Planting the last field. It's plenty weedy, but it's in strips. There's a strip there, strips over there. When I sprayed this, I guess I'll tell on myself, I bumped one of the section control buttons, and it was the center one right in front of the cab, so I couldn't tell that it wasn't spraying, and I didn't catch it till I went to the next field. If it was along the highway like most of my fields are, I would have come back and sprayed it already, but it's gonna get sprayed like in a week anyways, and it'll kill all this. But it's way in the middle of nowhere on a bunch of state ground. Nobody's gonna see it but me and, well, all of you guys watching YouTube now, because I'm putting it on there. But we got 2 passes left and we will be done with first crop soybeans on May 31st. So pretty well done planting, other than double crops. For May 31st is not too terribly bad, all things considered. Been a really wet spring, but other than the Steiger, breakdowns have been to a minimum. But the Steiger is still probably going to get a complete engine overhaul or just drop a new motor in it. I don't know yet. Gonna have to do some more digging, but yeah, we'll see. But we got one little strip coming back up through here and we'll be done planting, so that's gonna feel good. It feels really, really good to be folding up for the last time. Those double crops will take like an afternoon to plant. I've only got somewhere around 150 acres of wheat, if that. So that won't take long to cut and plant. Hopefully a couple days, 3 maybe. Depending on if we cut straw or not, or bale any straw off of it. If I do, I'm gonna bale it high, and I don't know. The only thing keeping me from baling straw is the fact that that takes a lot of nutrients out of the ground when you bale it up like that. And to be taking nutrients out of the ground right now when fertilizer costs what it does, I'm a little bit uneasy doing that. But anyhow, getting folded up, heading home, and putting this thing in the shed for a while. I'm not even gonna clean it up or unhook it. There's really no point since I'll be using it again in a month. We'll clean it up real good after that. So time to head home. I am missing a hopper extension there. Had a tree limb get one when I was planting corn, and I just robbed one off of one of the front boxes while I was planting corn, but I forgot to go get another one, so I need to do that as well. There's a couple little things on the planter that I need to do, but nothing major. I've got one little spot that I noticed a crack, but it's not a big crack and it's not in an area that I'm too concerned about it, so I'll get that welded up. It's on the post, not the post that it pivots on, but the post right here that it rests on. There's a little bitty hairline crack, but it's not bad yet, so I'll get that welded up. But anyhow, we're headed home. Well, since we are all done planting, I guess I can put tillage tools up now. So running this up to the house to unhook it. I thought I might have to work a little bit of ground. Turns out I didn't have to, so putting it up. Well, if that's not playing Tetris, I don't know what is. Had a nice bird's nest up in the auger, it appears, but that's in here. Everything in here needs washed, but it's in here. And I even still have room to park the pickup and seed tender, I think, maybe. I don't know if it'll fit in there or not, but we're gonna try it. And now that I'm done planting, I get to do the extracurricular activities like bale hay beside my house. But I tell you what, my corn looks really, really good out there this year. Really happy with how that's shaping up. Hopefully it's, 500 bushel and really fun to shell this year, but we'll see. Morning. We're raking hay. I've got this thing flipped up as an 8-wheel instead of a 10-wheel rake right now because this stuff's a little bit green. I don't have a tedder, so I'm flipping it up and just giving it a few hours to dry. It's making a really wide windrow right now, so it's not like we're packing a really tight windrow. So it still should get plenty of air through it. Ideally I would run a tedder through it, but I don't have one, so pretty decent hay. It's all grass hay, but got about, 10 or 12 acres here maybe, getting baled up this afternoon. It's supposed to start raining about 5 or 6 o'clock, so it's 8 o'clock right now. This stuff was cut a day and a half ago. A little bit of green wads still in it here and there, but overall I think it'll bale up all right this afternoon after lunch or so. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie, most of this green on that end is not beans, it's weeds. I mean, the beans are fine, they're growing good, but it's got a lot greener down here than it should have been. But it's a creek bottom, and as you can see, there's still water in all the little ditches. I'd love to tile this so we alleviate that, but it's still plenty wet out here. But I haven't been able to get down here to spray without, fear of burying the sprayer. So we're down here today doing questionable things in questionable conditions, but while I'm waiting on some hay to dry that I raked this morning, I figure I may as well run the sprayer for a while. So if you look busy, you are busy, I guess. So we're gonna keep things moving today. I'm running it 15 gallon an acre, but there's some places that I've been bumping it up to 18 gallon an acre. So I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but I don't want to come back down here and respray it, and I hate weeds. So I am putting a little bit of extra FU juice on some of these weeds, but hopefully it all dies. Like right here, for example, is solid water hemp. Now across the creek here, the creek is right there. I was able to get that burnt down. Now it hasn't been post-merge sprayed yet, but it's not near like this is, just because it had it burned down. But this was way too muddy to get a burn down on it. So this is just kind of my Hail Mary. That's why I'm running 18 gallon an acre right now, just really trying to kill this stuff, because it's getting bad down here, and it's getting bad in a hurry. Especially the water hemp. The grass, I don't really care about. I can get that killed. That's not too bad. But this water hemp, this stuff, it will grow about a mile a minute. So I definitely want to get it really, really dead really, really soon. So 18 gallon an acre, we're kind of just fogging it out there right now. And 15 is what I should be spraying. I'm still within my rates of, the maximum amount that I can apply, but I am putting it on a little bit thicker than I typically would, just because yeah, it's a little questionable down here. But I'm gonna quit trying to spray one-handed because this field's really cut up and there's drainage ditches everywhere and it's hard to drive one-handed. But just thought I'd show you guys my little Hail Mary, because that's a lot of water hemp. But it's small right now, and Enlist will smoke it, so that's good. Making hay. Stuff dried out a lot this afternoon, so we're throwing it in the baler, getting it rolled up. Got 4 bales so far. Getting the last of it baled up here, and then Jake's on the skid steer up there, getting them together and stacking them up so we can come in here with a gooseneck and start stacking them up and getting them home. So life's good. So my wife bought this pool for my son to splash around in. Brought it down to the farm and aired it up here. Then wanted me to bring it home. So we're doing some really stupid stuff right now. I'm hoping that I don't take flight on this ride, and that I stay down on the ground and don't get yeeted off the trailer. But we'll see. At least we're not going far. It'd be a lot funner if there was water in it, to be honest. Well, we're taking something home today, and it's not going on that trailer because it's running. And no, I didn't go buy another tractor. I'm borrowing this one to do all my side dressing and to run a grain cart for wheat and whatnot. So a buddy of mine, I'm gonna do some spraying for him, and in turn I'm gonna use one of his tractors for a little while, because my tractor and planter, the Magnum's still hooked up, and let's see, where's your parking brake at? But my Magnum's still hooked up. I'd like to keep it that way. So yeah, we're just doing this instead. So these are really good tractors. Kind of might see if this makes a New Holland man out of me. I don't know. But off to the races we go. Well, today, as of June 1st, some of my wheat is starting to get a little bit of a brown tint to it. So some of that is due to water spots out there. But other than where it's completely drowned out and died, what's on the hillsides looks great. This farm over here, though, it needs a dozer or tile, or it's just got puddles everywhere. It's super unlevel. I don't know what to do about it, but it needs a lot of dirt moved. Really, that one does too, but wheat doesn't look too bad. Pretty anxious to get out here and combine some of that soon. Say 3 weeks is what I'm saying. Last week of June, maybe. Today's June 1st, so we'll see. Got like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, however many miles left to get home. So well over halfway home at this point. And a bunch of the rain just went southeast of us. I heard that they got an inch in like 15 minutes. So I'm glad that missed us. We don't need any of that nonsense of torrential downpours, but we're supposed to get some tonight, but how much I don't know. But hopefully it misses us, and might even get hooked up to the side dress bar tonight and run it a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.